morning, everyone. We're moving on in our life. We're 2 days after Easter already, and we are moving forward. Each new day gives us a chance to be a new person and with new hope, filled with joy. And even though we have difficult things coming along our way, we can still move on with trust and faith and knowing that God is in control. Many years ago, I found a quote it simply says, if you remove the stones, the brook would lose its song. If you ever think about walking through the woods, and if you're walking along and you come across a brook and you just want to follow that path, because along the way there's large stones, there's sharp stones, there's smooth stones, there's little pebbles, and along the way the different sounds from the water flushing over the rocks. It's so comforting to know that God is in control, and each stone or pebble or rocky crag that you have in your life can mean that it's going to create a beautiful symphony for your life. God uses these things, the troubles in our lives, the difficulties, the challenges, the hopes, the dreams, to help us focus on Him and to really trust Him. My reading this morning was from 1 John 4:4 is greater is He that is in me than he is in the world. The world will trap you and entrap you and call you and dare you and threaten you, but we don't have to do that. We can live on our own each new day, even though we're in the middle of a major crisis in our world. I've never seen this kind of thing. In the beginning, it was really difficult. Most days were pretty decent, but there's some days that are really hard when you know you can't go anywhere, you can't go to the grocery store, you want to protect yourself, you want to protect your family, you want to protect every part of you and anybody around you. You don't want to infect anyone, and it's a really strange concept. And you see things about end times and stuff. I don't focus so much on end times as that I think we need to make every moment count for our relationship with God. He makes every moment count for us. We should do the same. This morning, our granddaughter from Maryland has just started a journey to drive to California. I don't know if she'll make it across because of the virus. I know that some states are closing off their highways and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We're praying for her safety, but I know that God has her in her hand. I was really fretting about this on Sunday night, but I do truly believe that God's going to watch over her, and his hand is as much on her as it is on me and each one of us. One of my hardest things through all of this is that in this symphony that God is creating of not being connected with my church family, that has been a huge loss for me. But one day Morris and I were walking across our driveway through this small section of woods, and on the other side of the driveway was Hazel, who goes to our church, and she was there, and we were talking. We were 20 feet apart, but we were talking, and it just lifted my spirit so much. And from that point, things got better, because it's like I knew we were still connected, even though we couldn't sit in the same room and have a cup of coffee together or just chat. So I'm grateful for that. And the sound of the water continues to go over each new morning. I get up, I think, oh, what am I going to do today? And something always comes up that I can do that's interesting and fun. Sometimes I'll talk to a friend on the phone, or sometimes I'll just clean my house, or just whatever. I just know that God is with me, and no matter what I do. And one of the things in my reflection this morning from Jesus always is that I am not my own. I'm going to paraphrase this. I am not my own. I belong to Jesus. I need to keep that in mind. You can find spiritual and emotional security by remembering that you are mine, my beloved. That's what God is saying to us. We only need to trust Him. He is sovereign, and He can make the path straight for my granddaughter. He can make this path straight for you. He is never going to abandon us, and that's what gives me complete hope. And I'm grateful for all of you. And on Sunday, we clicked onto the sharing site after the service, and it was really great just seeing everybody on the screen, and we were joking and having a wonderful conversation, talking about God and talking about ourselves and what we're doing with our lives. And it's just been really a time of reflection, a time of sadness at times, sometimes of fear, but it's all good because God is in control. And I know that I am not alone. And I pray for all of you to know this truth as well. I love you guys, and I miss you terribly. Can't wait till our celebration happens when we get back together.